focusing on what we need to do to support America's workforce so that we don't end up having on the short end of the stick.
Watch this. Watch this. This is the bias bit. Do they let him follow up or will they cut him off?
He's staying, despite some of the nonsense she's bleating, he's staying fairly passive. Not passive-aggressive like her.
Thank you, President Xi, exclamation point, when we know that she was responsible for lacking and not giving us transparency about the origins of COVID.
Oh, so she's going to blame China for COVID. When Trump was doing that, they called him racist. They had campaigns, Stop Asian Hate.
100%.
Are you kidding me?
But see, look at this now.
She's going to wear a MAGA hat next.
This is not good. She's been over-advised.
4 years ago, and 4 years ago is out the window. She's going to my philosophy now. In fact, I was going to send her a MAGA hat. She's going to my philosophy, but if she ever gets elected, she'll change it, and it will be the end of our country. She's a Marxist. Everybody knows she's a Marxist. Her father's a Marxist professor.
True.
Yes, get in there. Rip in. Rip in.
Her husband knocked up the babysitter. Let's just get into all of it.
When you look at these millions and millions of people
Look at this
that are pouring into our
practice
country
nonsense.
monthly,
That-
where it's, I
I'm
believe,
sorry.
21 million people.
I'm going to do this with you when you talk. I'm going to Kamala you.
That's all right. I'll give you a MAGA hat.
And just look at what they're doing to our country. They're criminals.
She's gone full MAGA. She just took the China thing and appropriated his position
But the
that
genius...
she had completely condemned.
Understand, if Donald Trump were to be reelected, he will sign a national abortion ban.
He will sign a
Understand,
national
in his
abortion ban.
Project 2025, there will be a national...
He already said he won't do that. So
She was doing really well
Until
for
she
her
went with
people, and now she's gone too far.
yeah, but
Because he's not going to sign an abortion ban.
I reckon there's a lot of crossover between the Project 2025 cultists and the abortion enthusiasts who see abortion as the #1 issue, if not the only issue.
But if I could just get a yes or no, because your running mate, J.D. Vance, has said that you would veto it if it did come to your desk.
Well, I didn't discuss it with J.D. In all fairness, J.D. And I
Again, the moderator is asking, stepping in as almost an assistant attorney or something. What is going on?
But also, this is the third time they've asked about a national abortion ban. He said no once, he said no twice. They are trying to get a soundbite for her.
Couples who pray and dream of having a family are being denied IVF treatment.
Oh, this is another lie. This is another lie.
He wants free IVF.
He wants more IVF because he wants more babies.
I have been a leader on fertilization, IVF. And the other thing...
That's going to become a line. I've been a leader in fertilisation.
ask many women.
I've been the best. That's quite a good line for sort of a Tinder profile. Leader in...
I'm a leader in fertilisation. Just ask me.
The 7th month, the 8th month, the 9th month,
not true.
and probably
Yes,
after
there
birth.
Oh, hang on. I thought the mics were cut.
Former governor of Virginia.
Why could we hear her just
Yeah,
then?
why can she interject, but he starts off answers and we can't even hear him?
Trump, thank you.
We're going to turn now to immigration and border security.
Oh,
We know it's an issue that's
Christ.
important to
I've
Republicans.
got to say, Democrat Dave has equipped himself well thus far,
Behaving.
compared with the unhinged one on the panel.
Who has prosecuted transnational criminal organizations.
For murder, not for crossing the border.
Yeah, you were at AG. What do you? Oh, for God's sake!
That the United States Congress, including some of the most
She
conservative...
said she doesn't think illegal immigration
Is a crime.
is a crime.
Crossing is not a crime.
She has defended people who pay people smugglers to bring them across the border. She has offered free healthcare for them.
That bill would have also had 2,500 people a day being allowed to come in, up to 5,000 a day. So put it all together, that still would have ended up as an awful lot of people coming through illegally.
And that bill had a lot of other trash in it.
Would have put more resources to allow us to prosecute transnational criminal organizations.
No, come on. No. The people crossing the border. She's focusing not on the people crossing, but the people trafficking them. No.
Which they've put into business. They've given them a thriving business model.
The people that do go, she's bussing them in and paying them to be there, and then showing them in a different light. So she can't talk about that. People.
Oh, I can't stand that.
in the history of politics, that's because people want to take their country back. Our country is being...
But also, you know what his answer should be? You want to talk about rallies? I got shot at one of my rallies.
That's it. Don't fall, because she just goaded him and he fell for it.
Yeah.
Don't play by her rules.
100%.
That was a miss.
There have been no credible reports of specific claims of pets being harmed, injured.
The moderators are now doing fact checks. What about fact checking the nonsense we heard from Kamala?
The endorsement of former Vice President Dick Cheney.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's a big win.
Yeah.
That's a big win.
Let's dunk the Iraq war, people. Fair dinkum.
See, I'm a different kind of a person. I fired most of those people. Not so
Yes.
graciously. They did bad things.
Exactly. These are people he fired and he hated. This is the reason why he entered politics, because of the Dick Cheneys of the world.
He beat the Bush
And he
machine.
beat them.
He beat the Romney machine.
Were just killed, viciously and violently killed. And I got to know the parents and the family. They didn't fire. They should have fired all those generals, all those top...
Exactly.
Here, accountability.
Let's get back to that botched Afghanistan withdrawal.
Anybody has ever seen. So when somebody does a bad job...
Yes, Kamala,
I fire
that is
him.
what happened.
And you take a guy like Esper.
She was the
no
last
good, I
one in the
fired him,
room.
so
She
he
told
writes a
us.
book. Another one writes a book. Because with me, they can write books. With nobody else can they. But they have done such a...
No one's buying those books about Kamala.
Anybody. Look at the economy. Look at the inflation. They didn't fire any of their economists.
She's becoming a little bit less emotive in her reaction, and I think that's a good thing for her.
I think that she thinks she's in a groove.
Any Republican...
National security crimes, economic crimes, election interference, has been found liable for sexual assault, and his next
So
big
this is what she's
court
rehearsed.
appearance is
To
in
the
November
word.
at his own criminal sentencing. And let's be clear.
Don't
where
even
each
respond.
person stands
No,
on
he
the
should.
issue
He should
of
have
what is
anticipated
important
this and
about
have a
respect
response.
for the rule of law and respect for law
This is her
enforcement.
pushing him.
The former vice president called for defunding federal law enforcement, 45,000 agents, get this, on the day after he was arraigned on 34 felony counts. So let's talk about what is important in this
She
race.
raised
It is
bail money for BLM rioters. She let out
here we
thugs
go.
who went on to kill people. He needs to point that out.
Come on, this is very important, his response.
This is the bit she has
Again, so she's now just all down the camera.
scripted to the word. This would have been
Bringing down
rehearsed.
the price of groceries.
exhausted with this same old tired playbook.
You're
Vice
in
President
charge,
Harris, thank you.
Kamala.
Excuse me.
They're
Every one of
exhausted.
those cases was started by them against their political opponent.
Exactly.
We gotta
This is the
continue
one
here.
that weaponized, not me. She weaponized. I probably took a bullet to the head because of the things that they say about me. They
Yes.
talk about
Yes.
democracy. I'm a
Good.
threat to democracy.
Good.
They're the threat to democracy
President
with a fake
Trump,
Russia investigation
We do have a lot
that
to get
went nowhere.
We have a lot to get to.
So
Lindsay?
again, they're interrupting him whilst he's making a point, responding. They have said nothing to correct. This is this is making CNN debate look like it was even-handed.
We have had the largest increase in
Again, every
domestic
time she
violence
adopts
reduction
a
in
Trump
history
position,
because of an approach that
she is
recognizes
endorsing
that we cannot
his
rely on
presidency or his campaign.
100%. Well, that's why he's giving her a MAGA
I grew
hat.
up a middle-class kid raised by a hardworking mother who worked and saved.
Again, the middle-class kid. She was from an affluent background. There's nothing wrong with that. Both parents were successful professionals earning decent money. She lived in beautiful suburbs. Be proud of it. She's still claiming she worked at McDonald's.
Like, she was big on defund the police. In Minnesota, she went out. Wait a minute, I'm talking now.
I'm
You don't
talking.
mind, please.
It took her line.
Yeah.
I'm
Does that sound
talking.
familiar?
Yeah!
And I want to talk about the peaceful transfer of power, which, of course, we all know is a cornerstone of our democracy, and the role of a president in a moment of crisis. Mr. President, on January
Democrat
This
Dave is just
This is all the narrative of Trump, Trump.
yeah. This is they're not even pretending.
under attack. Aides in the West Wing say you watched it
Democrat
unfold on
Dave tried to
television.
hold himself back, but it hasn't worked. He's back to his. You know what? You always revert back to type.
And he was, but also, here we go, January.
Is there anything you regret about what you did on that day?
Well, yeah, he told people to protest peacefully.
Let's remember Charlottesville.
Oh,
where
Charlottesville.
there was a mob of people carrying
This
tiki
is so she's going to now repeat the
spewing
Biden lies.
anti-Semitic hate.
Again, this is
And what did
such
the
a
president then at the
dangerous,
time say?
verifiable
people
lie,
on
because it's all on
this-
video.
Let's remember.
Will the
when
moderators
it came
fact
to
check
the
her on
Cowboys
this lie? Because
militia,
even the left-leaning Snopes site has said
the former
Says-
president
this is
said,
a lie.
"Stand back
Because it's
and
all on
stand
video.
by."
Oh, come on.
Go down to Washington, D.C., and let her sign a bill to close up the border, because they have the right to do it. They don't need bills.
That's
They
it.
have the
They're in
right to do it.
power.
The
Correct.
President of the
She
United
can
States,
do
you'll
it
get him
right
out of
now.
bed, You'll wake him up
You
at 4
wake him
o'clock
up.
in the afternoon. You'll say, come on,
Wake him
come on
up.
down to the office. Let's sign a bill. If he
Good
signs
stuff.
a bill that the border is
Oh,
closed, all he
he's
has to do
finishing
is say it to
strong.
So he still believes he did not lose the election. That was won. by
Again,
This is enough. These moderators.
These moderators have destroyed any chance of us actually getting a proper debate.
She has absolutely lied in this thing, but hasn't been pulled up. When they think Trump has, they pull him up, they give her a chance to respond. They have literally spent as much time on January 6th and the 2020 election as they have the economy or immigration.
Crime.
This debate is totally from the perspective of the media bubble, not the voter. And
The Democrat playbook. It's not only the way the questions are framed, it's not only the questions they're emphasising, it's not just the fact-checking that's happening, fact-checking in one direction whilst they ignore blatant lies from the other side. This entire catastrophe of a debate is such a wasted opportunity, because we know Trump has pushed for 3 debates. The Harris camp are unlikely to accept another one. This was it. This was our chance of these two up against each other, and these biased moderators have destroyed any chance of us getting a fair dinkum contest of ideas. I mean, really.
Yeah.
He said, because you need Trump back as president. They were afraid of him. China was afraid, and I don't like
this
to
is
use
it.
the word
Oh,
afraid,
the,
but I'm
the
just
world
quoting
is
him.
all laughing at
China
Donald
was
Trump. No,
afraid of him.
the world
North
was
Korea was
afraid of Donald Trump, which is why nothing happened in the Middle East. Nothing happened.
Russia didn't go
in
to Ukraine. Iran wasn't funding October 7.
Correct.
We didn't have China ramping up aggression in the
100%.
region.
This is much stronger for him than she thinks.
He got 14 million votes, and they threw him out of office. And you know what?
But Putin believed him enough not to do it.
Biden hates her. How good's that?